Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forbidden Land podcast. It's me, your boy. Uh, Back with a packed week of stuff. First of all, show off the muscles a little bit. Kind of hard to do. I'm wearing a black t-shirt. I have Aura. I was walking around that gym like I own the place. I got Gymshark sweatpants on. I look a lot bigger in real life. Trust. Not cope. Trust me. Trust me, guys. Come on. I'm not coping. I promise. um, yeah, it's been an interesting week. Uh, I was like, it was like Monday ish, and I was like, oh, maybe I should wait to record the podcast. Maybe some like crazy, news will come out, and I'll need to talk about it, and I don't want the podcast to be, outdated by that point. And I was right, and I'm glad I waited because some crazy news came out about Jeffrey Epstein that I didn't expect to drop the way that it has. What was that? Can the outside world stop interrupting me when I'm doing this? So to start off, CBS decided to ask, the new mayor of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, a very weird question. Not that weird. It shouldn't even surprise you because it's really not that weird. It should be exactly what you expect from liberal media.
Mr. Mayor-elect, I'd like to ask you if you chose this location for any reason, because in 1947, in Flushing Meadow, the United Nations signed a pact that created the State of Israel. And I wonder if you were trying to send a message to Jewish New Yorkers who in the last 12 hours have expressed concern that they would be included and have a seat at the table in your administration.
Yeah, I look forward to being the mayor for every person that calls this city home.
Then he gives the standard answer.
New Yorkers that voted for our campaign and those that didn't. My responsibility is to all 8.5 million New Yorkers, and we chose this location as a reflection of the borough that I serve and the fact that we are proud to be known as the world's borough.
Mr. Mayor-elect, I'd like to ask you if you chose this location for any reason.
What a reach, man. Why do I always do that, man? Come on. What a historic reach. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the doc shows on this one. There's nothing bad on here. To take something like that and be like, yeah, Zoran definitely chose this spot to stick it to Israel, to stick it to Jewish people, I guess. Sorry, I just read something insane. Then Representative Andy Ogles decided to post one of the most insane AI videos I've ever seen. Look at this. Like, what the fuck?
I want no friggin' part of it. New York, New York.
There's no way I'm not going to get a copyright claim for this. Isn't it awesome how they have to constantly use, Anyway, isn't it awesome how they have to constantly use AI against this man because they have nothing to use against him? Just absolutely nothing to use against him. Like, how many more AI ads or AI videos do we need? Like, it's just blatant racism at this point. Andy Ogles is, of course, a Zionist. He's gotten $40,000 from the Israeli lobby. Such a low amount of money, too. Like, damn. You know, I mean, this is awesome. I hope he does this. Big W for us if he does this. So yeah, just to tell you who that is. Oh shit. John Fetterman is now in the hospital after he fell. Holy shit, dude. Ventricular fibrillation flare up that made him feel lightheaded and he fell to the ground, hitting his face. Oh my god. Dude. Why did somebody post a rest in peace photo? This is so insane. why is this guy doing this? That's so insane, dude. Oh my god.
Early walk, he sustained a fall near his home. Out of an abundance of caution, he was transported to a hospital. Upon evaluation, it was established he had a ventricular fibrillation flare-up that led to him feeling lightheaded, falling to the ground, and hitting his face with minor injuries. From Senator.
This is what happens when you support Israel too much. Is it sucks all the life force out of you. Jeez, man. Is this guy ever healthy? My god. Every, like, other month it's a new thing with him, I feel like. You know, like, wasn't it like literally first year of him in office, he had a stroke? I mean, Jesus Christ, is this dude okay? This is what being a centrist Democrat gets you. When you're to the right of Chuck Schumer, this is what it gets you. Alright, let's talk about this government shutdown that lasted 43 days almost. Oh, what? No, they were 40 minutes away from it being a 43-day shutdown. Oh, fuck you guys. Come on. Let's talk about this government shutdown, because and there you're gonna see where I definitely toned down. Or you're gonna hear my initial thoughts in a moment, because I had to record it early to ensure that I got the anger in there. So I recorded a little clip while I was in the car. I'm so pissed about the Democrats flubbing this. Listen to this. We had all of the leverage. Look at this. We were literally fighting them for like, fuck. I gotta censor it now. Fuck. I can't even show this. We were literally fighting them in messaging for like Snap. We had all the leverage. We had all of the popularity with this. We just swept an election. I say we, like I'm a Democrat. I'm really not. The Democrats swept the election. They were winning the messaging. They had all the leverage going into the holiday season, where the Trump administration announced they would have to start cutting down on how many flights can go out. That's big. And then at the end of all of it, Chuck Schumer throws it all away. This fucking dog, dude. Chuck Schumer throws all of it away at the last second. Gives up all of our leverage. There we go. Let me just play my audio clip. I just want to play the audio clip of my initial anger.
Point. And then at the last second, this spineless fucking coward, cuck. I keep seeing people call him Cuck Schumer, which is pretty funny. But this spineless cuck throws these 8 Democrats into the shark-infested waters, and then at the last second goes, I don't think I'm going to vote for this. I think I'm going to vote no. To, like, wipe his hands clean of any wrongdoing in this situation. It's fucking cowardly. It's a bitch move. Total bitch move. And, of course, it's the usual candidates. It's John Fetterman fucking voting yes to reopen the government because, God forbid, that stroke victim has a fucking spine. I think his spine went away when he had that stroke. I think it dissolved his spine. Like, full on. I can't believe that Israel-loving fucking ogre is so eager to reopen the government. What is the point of him being in the fucking Senate, dude? What is the point? Oh my God, I can't wait until Pennsylvania votes him out. Oh my God. It blows my mind. I think Alyssa Slotkin was on that list too. Just the CIA plant that did the Democratic response to the fake State of the Union at the beginning of the year that I talked about. I think she was also one of the people that voted yes to reopen the government. And of all the, you know, when you're being outflanked by Rand Paul, you know there's fucking issues. When you're being outflanked by Rand fucking Paul. Unbelievable. I mean, what is even the point of Chuck Schumer's job? Why is he even the leader of the Democratic Party if he keeps absolutely ass-fucking the Democrats every step of the way? He didn't bother to filibuster that big, beautiful bill at the beginning of the year. Didn't even bother to try to continue the government shutdown. And better yet, this is the best part. This was the big fuck you on top. The big fuck you on top. It was him going, the Republicans agreed to take a vote on the ACA later in December. They're not gonna fucking do that! Are you stupid? Are you actually stupid? It's bullshit, dude. I don't know what corporate donor is paying him off. I'm sure there's some pharmaceutical donor that's paying his ass off. I'm sure Pfizer or whatever the fuck is paying him a big fat check for this. I'm sure they are. What's going on? Everybody's like diverting. Nobody picked the right lane on this intersection. Dude, I guarantee you some big fucking pharma donor donated to him, and that's why he went, we're gonna, reopen the government, and, I don't know what kind of New York accent this is. Hey, we're gonna reopen the government, and, we got a little pinky promise that they're gonna go for an ACA vote in December, which Mike Johnson already said like 4 days ago, by the way, as of me recording this, already said like 4 days ago that there is no chance in hell that he's going to go for an ACA vote down the line. There's no way something like that is bound to pass the House. He already guaranteed that that's not going to happen. I can't fucking believe this right now. We just went through a historic 40-day shutdown. All of the messaging was that the Republican Party was the cause of the shutdown. That was the messaging that everyone had gotten on board with at this point. Everybody had pretty much agreed, like overwhelmingly, the American people were polled as saying that this is Trump's fault, the Republicans' fault. Democrats had every upper hand. We even swept the electoral system this past election cycle. We swept across the board because of it. I guarantee you the government shutdown showed the American people that there was still some fight left in them, left in the Democratic Party. And that's why they voted the way that they did, because people are sick of the Trump administration. And right after the election, they just throw it all away. I mean, literally, this is just intentionally grounding the ball, if you follow football metaphors. This is just Chuck Schumer grounding the ball on purpose for no fucking reason. Nothing to gain, like literally everything to lose. A little pinky promise that the ACA will get a vote later in December. Yeah, they did concede on some stuff, but not the big stuff. People's premiums on the Affordable Care Act are going to go out the fucking roof, dude. This is going to make about 15 million Americans suffer. And for what? Oh, Chuck Schumer just wants to Hey guys, Chuck Schumer here. I just want to reopen the government for no fucking reason. I have no reason to reopen it other than I really want to lose my re-election campaign next year. I'm kind of falling into the Trump voice. Other than he just wants to lose his re-election next year. I guess that's what it is. Somebody needs to primary Chuck Schumer. Oh my God, it'd be awesome if AOC did primary him. Somebody needs to primary Hakeem Jeffries because he's a complete, absolute fucking failure of a House member, of a Democratic Party leader in the House. We need to get the New Yorkers out of this government. Get them out of the party leadership. I mean, holy fucking shit, man. How many more signs do we need that the New Yorkers leading the Democratic Party right now are failing? They're absolutely failing. Oh my God. Primary Kathy Hochul, because, fuck her. She's the last terrible thing that Cuomo has given us. Primary Chuck Schumer and put a fucking Senate leader with a spine in the Senate. And primary Hakeem Jeffries, because we don't need him anymore in the House. Get him out. Anyway, that's what I think. That's what I think from the car right now in this moment. Because I'm not going to have the same energy when I go to record. So those are my thoughts on it right now as of Monday, November 10th.
Wow, good job, Dane. Thank you for that. But yeah, those were my initial thoughts. And since then, I've watched the clip where the party whip,
Mr. President,
is going on and on about, their reassurances that they will get the ACA vote, which will not happen, by the way.
after a record government shutdown of 41 days and 14 roll calls failing to reopen it, the situation was clear. Donald Trump and the Senate Republican leadership were unwilling to do anything to reduce skyrocketing health insurance premiums.
Sure. Yeah, we basically just gave up because they, quote unquote, weren't willing to do anything. Sure. Oh my God. Oh, and then here's Hakeem Jeffries' response to all of this.
We have waged a battle on behalf of the American people. First of all, Donald Trump and Republicans are the ones who shut the government down. They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And the American people know it. And that's been the case for 7 consecutive weeks.
But, at the end of the day, you didn't get what you want. So was it worth waging this fight?
At the end of the day, the fight lives on.
Was it?
At the end of the day, the fight lives on. Wow. Nice one, guys. At the end of the day, the fight lives on. What fight? You gave up the fight. You threw up the white flag immediately. Like, what was the point of the 40-day shutdown? Of the 43-day shutdown if you weren't going to actually get anything out of it? During the shutdown, Trump started promising $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, paid for by all of the tariff stimulus money. That's never going to happen, It's not going to happen because there's no money there to pay everybody all that. Mike Johnson already came out and said he's not going to support an ACA vote. If it makes it to the House, they will not pass it. Duh. I mean, come on. We already knew that was going to happen. So then the question comes into play. Should Chuck Schumer remain the leader of the Democratic Party? And the answer should be no. But of course, Hakeem Jeffries ends up going on Aaron Parnas's, show or whatever he does, and ended up being like, yeah, he should remain the party leader.
a lot of folks are frustrated with Chuck Schumer's leadership in the United States Senate. At this time, do you believe that Senator Schumer should remain as minority leader?
Yes, I think that Chuck Schumer has held the line during this 7
Held the
week fight.
line. Held the line. He gave up. He gave up. He let it go. If Chuck Schumer, let's say he didn't let it go. Let's say this wasn't his idea, which it was his idea. But let's imagine a world far out into space, a magical, mythical world where Chuck Schumer had nothing to do with this, and it was 8 rogue centrist Democrats that voted to reopen the government. Let's say that's the case. Then that makes Chuck Schumer an ineffective party leader. If he can't wrangle the party together to have one strong, unified message, he's not a good party leader. He's not. And that's something that a lot of people recognize that apparently the Democrats and Congress don't recognize. Something that they just don't care about, really. I'm sure they recognize it. I'm sure they don't even care. Now, Chuck Schumer did orchestrate reopening the government here. So this magical, mythical world doesn't exist. But yeah, if Chuck Schumer can't whip the party into shape when we have only 47 senators in the Senate who align with the Democratic Party to some extent, you know, if he can't even get those guys in line during a minority rule in the Senate, he's an ineffective party leader. The only hope we even have on the horizon is that Nancy Pelosi is leaving the House. Which means nothing right now because Hakeem Jeffries is the House leader. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries should both either resign or step down as party leader because they're both ineffective as party leaders. And this guy never has anything useful to say. Like, he says a lot of words and nothing of substance comes out. So
Held Senate Democrats together.
a 7-week fight to
and
throw it all away.
Continues to strongly oppose this effort by Republicans to enact a spending bill that doesn't meet the needs of the American people as it relates to extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits. He voted no on.
Yeah, this is exactly why Chuck Schumer voted no, by the way. In case people are wondering, oh, well, out of the 8 Democrats, Chuck Schumer wasn't one of them. He voted no so they could do this. So they could do their messaging around 8 rogue centrist Democrats, reopen the government. And, Chuck Schumer bravely voted no. You'll actually see this on a Axios article that came out where, as usual, time and time again, guys, you don't understand. The Democrats were privately fighting for you, but publicly they were spineless cowards. You know, they did the same thing with Kamala Harris. They said privately she disagreed with Biden on Gaza and, held all these strong, unique beliefs separate from Biden. But then out in public, she was campaigning and messaging as basically just Biden in another body. So, what good this does, where Schumer's privately fighting the good fight, guys. He's fighting the good fight. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bring anything to the table. Nothing of substance happens here. I don't know why I just swapped back. I could just swap back to the tab. But yeah, this is exactly why he voted no on that bill. It wouldn't have mattered if he voted yes or no, except they can now use this to message, for the people who aren't paying attention enough to realize that Chuck Schumer orchestrated this whole thing.
On the procedural bill that was before the Senate, and it's my expectation that he will continue to hold the line and vote no and join us in our fight in the House. And also, I should point out, stay in this fight as we're moving forward together. Understand that Republicans have enacted the largest cuts to health care in American history. This began with their one big ugly bill. Donald Trump said he was going to love and cherish Medicaid. And then the Republicans turned around and enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, more than 14 million Americans at risk of losing their health insurance. Hospitals and nursing homes and community-based health centers
Speaking of 14 million, we're just gonna cut him off. You don't need to hear anything else he has to say. It's fucking pointless. 15 million people will be seeing their premiums go up because that little pinky promise of a ACA vote in December. Yeah, it means nothing. People's healthcare premiums are already skyrocketing. It means nothing. So, I mean, they like immediately took a vote. And by the way, this is the worst part. It's not a pinky promise to pass an ACA subsidies bill. It's a pinky promise to take a vote in general on an ACA subsidies bill, only in the Senate, by the way. So even if it passes the Senate, the House is not going to pass it. So, God, it's so ridiculous, man. It's such a throw. I got 3 minutes left on my fucking lasagna. It's such a throw. They're throwing the game away with this one. So yeah, Democrats historically unpopular right now. I don't know what's gonna save them at this point. The midterms, I had hope for the midterms. My hope was squashed in like 4 days. All of the hope I had was crushed in about 4 days. So, yeah, I don't know. The midterms, man, they're looking bleak. Let me quickly get to this. I have just this week has not been good for my mental health or my hope in the future of politics. Here's an anti-ICE protest that is just like, wow, guys, you're really getting it. This is the Democratic Party resistance, folks. This'll stop them. I think somebody had a really good reply where it was like, this is just a bunch of white millennials who have never struggled in their entire life. And yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. I mean, how is this fighting ICE? Take away the signs. This is just a bunch of crazy people doing yoga on the side of the road. We showed a chimpanzee the politics of a left-leaning white millennial who never struggled in their life, and it hanged itself. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to cut for a second so I can get my lasagna out of the oven, but just prepare yourself, because I'm about to show you even more cringe. Never mind, I actually forgot I have an extra 5 minutes. Let me show you the Department of Homeland Security's cringe video that they posted on Twitter, because this is like one of the worst things I've ever seen. No music, please. It's got Freebird playing over it. I don't even know what to say about this one, dog. I really don't. It's just, I guess, like a speed run of the United States, but like edited in one of the most nauseating ways possible. And then it starts glazing Trump. And of course they got a Kristi Noem appearance in there for like half a second. And then, you know, Donald Trump walks through a fucking interdimensional portal, I guess. And he's here, folks. Here to save us. I don't know what the point of this video is. Also, they sandwich him like in between Ulysses S. Grant and Abraham Lincoln. I don't know what kind of AI like came up with this, but it's just very odd, man. I've never seen so much glaze for one man. I mean, everybody's calling it propaganda, but I've just never seen so much glaze for one guy. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the point. I don't know if I care about this one. Pete Hegseth announced that we're preparing for wartime.
We're not just buying something.
Anyone's surprised?
We're solving life and death problems for our warfighters. We're not building for peacetime. We are pivoting the Pentagon and our industrial base to a wartime footing. Building for victory should our adversaries FAFO. We're not just buying.
Oh my God. Should our adversaries fuck around and find out? Come on, man. Does he just get up on like a podium every few months just to show that he's actually doing something? Why is he always making these grandstanding announcements to the military? Sitting at my Fox News desk after serving a desk job in the National Guard for a few months, I've had a lot of ideas on my mind. Oh my God, dude. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, cringe alert. Jeez, man. That guy literally does nothing. He has probably one of the, like, he probably is one of the most useless government employees in the government right now. All right, let's move on to the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. I don't have anything to show because it's way too much, but the House Oversight Committee decided to release a bunch of Epstein emails, including the Epstein estate decided to release a bunch too. And then the Republicans were like, how dare you redact Virginia Jeffrey's name? And they decided to release the unredacted files with her name included for some reason. The files are very alarming, to say the least. It's probably the most damning stuff to come out so far. Because if these are to be believed, their correspondence between Epstein and like Michael Wolff and Ghislaine Maxwell, if these files are to be believed, this would directly place Jeffrey Epstein, one, in communication with members of the first Trump administration, but also possibly in communication with Trump himself, and it could possibly confirm Epstein and Trump's like their actual meeting up during the first term. There's an email saying that reporting from Epstein being like reporting from Britain, Prince Andrew and Donald Trump, yada yada yada, and it's like it kind of implies that he was there in one of the meetups between Andrews and Andrew and Trump. It kind of implies that they were, I don't know. It's really damning stuff. I mean, it could confirm possible contact post indictment. And I mean, there's Epstein associates littered all throughout the first and second Trump administrations. Alex Acosta is the first one to come to mind. He's the prosecutor that gave Epstein that sweetheart deal. Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of Florida at the time that Epstein was indicted. There's a bunch of people in the administration. Steve Bannon is allegedly one of the people corresponding with Epstein in some of those emails. So, if these files get released by, if they get released, then, I mean, God knows what's in them. It was so bad, the Trump administration had to go and meet in the Situation Room to discuss it. That's how bad it was. So yeah, we'll see, I guess, how bad those files are. Go watch CoffeeZilla's video about it. He goes into more details on it. Apparently Hillary Clinton caught a stray. of a possible secret affair between her and a guy named Vince Foster. I don't know. It seems that there's a potential Clinton stray thrown into the mix there. But we'll see. It is a little shocking to, you know, see these emails with all this correspondence. And there's like stuff where Michael Wolff is like trying to be like, hey, how can we cover up some of this connection between you and him for Trump's benefit and for your blackmail benefit? There's also a lot of stuff that ties him to Israel, a bunch of stuff that ties him to other foreign governments like the UAE. There's like Israeli spies that were living or staying at his Manhattan house and stuff like that. It's so extensive. Just go look at it yourself and watch CoffeeZilla's video about it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Not a super long episode, but you know, I am making lasagna right now, so you can't expect everything from me, guys. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll be back next week, of course. If you want to support me and this podcast, go over to patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod for bonus content. And if you want to listen to this podcast on other platforms, we're on Apple Podcasts and the Samsung Fridge. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm going to go take my lasagna out of the oven. Because, you know, when you take it out of the oven the first time, you have to take the film off and then stick it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. So that is why I had to cut the first time. So yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week. Peace.